It's story time. Oh no, what's this? A message from Leprechaun Jim. It says, I've hidden shamrocks in 2 Wreck-It Home videos each week. Will you play along with me? Oh, that's sneaky Jim. Will you help us catch all the shamrocks? Watch the March Wreck-It Home videos and comment the time that you see the shamrock. If you're the first to comment, your family will get a special shout out. Thanks for your help. Now let's start reading.
Insect Detective by Steve Volk and illustrated by Charlotte Volk. Right now, all around you, thousands of insects are doing strange and wonderful things, but you can't always see them, right? Sometimes you have to know where to look. I wonder where they could be. There are more living insects in the world than all the other animals put together. About 200 million insects for every single person. Listen, over by the fence, you can hear a scratching sound. A wasp is scratching away at the posts with their strong jaws. She is collecting wood. She mixes it into a soft pulp in her mouth. When she has enough, she'll help the other wasps build a nest out of paper. Wasps often collect different kinds of wood, which makes their nest look stripy, just like the insects who made them. Not all kinds of wasps live together, but many of them do. Insects that live together are called social insects. Wow, friends, we just made a connection. Ants always live together. They usually make their nests underground. Finding an ant's nest is easy. First find an ant, then follow it. It might stop to chat with some other ants along the way. Ants can communicate by touching their antennas together. But after a while, the ant will head home, and you'll be able to find out where it lives. Like all insects, ants have 3 main body parts. Solitary bees live by themselves. Solitary means alone. This female solitary bee is busy collecting food from spring flowers. She'll store it in her tiny nest so that it will be ready to go when her eggs hatch. All insects start life as eggs. Solitary bees make their nests in holes in the ground, cracks in the walls, or in the tiny cavities that have been left by other insects. Many animals like to eat insects for dinner, so some insects use camouflage to blend in with their surroundings. Look at this crinkly brown leaf. Can you see a crinkly brown herald moth too? Friends, can you see the moth on the brown leaf? They often rest in trees during the day so the birds won't see them. Insects have other ways of hiding too. See the squiggly lines on these leaves? They are made by the leaf miner caterpillar. The leaf miner protects itself by living between the top and the bottom layers of the leaves. A bit like hiding in a sandwich. Lift up a stone and you might see an earwing scuttle out. They like to hide in the damp and the dark. The prunches of the tips and the abdomens make them look kind of scary, but don't worry, they're completely harmless. Female earwigs are very good mothers. They work hard to keep their eggs clean, turning and washing them regularly. When the young hatch, their mothers bring their food into their ode, enough to look after themselves. Of course, you might see some creatures under there that aren't insects. Spiders, centipedes, woodlice, slugs. I don't know about you, friends, but me personally, I'm a little scared of bugs. And once I found a baby frog. It is easy to tell whether something is an insect or not. All you have to do is count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it has 6 legs, it's an insect. If it doesn't, it isn't. All right, friends, so how many legs does an insect have? 6. You are correct. If you're lucky, you might even find a colored ground beetle gleaming in the sunlight. It is like discovering a precious jewel. But ground beetles aren't just pretty to look at. They're excellent hunters too. At night, they go out hunting for slugs and snails, which makes gardens very happy. Perhaps the greatest insect hunter of all dragons, even the name sounds fierce. But don't worry, they won't come out chasing after you. Dragonflies are much more interested in catching things like flies and mosquitoes and gnats, and some even snatch a spider from its web. On summer days, when the air is still, you can see their wings sparkling like the light they hunt, twisting, divining, and plucking flies in the air. Dragonflies are fabulous flyers. They have 2 sets of powerful wings, which they can use to hover, change direction, and even to fly backwards. Wow, friends, I didn't know dragonflies can fly backwards. Did you just learn something new? It's hard to believe they started life in water. Dragonflies are the young wingless versions of adult dragonflies. But dragonflies lay their eggs in ponds or slow-moving rivers, and they hatch out into smaller dragonfly nymphs. A nymph sheds its skin as many times until it's fully grown. Finally, it climbs out of the water and rests on the stem of the plant. As the dawn breaks, its skin splits open and a beautiful dragonfly emerges, unfolding its wings and drying itself in the sun. The special changes that make place in insects' bodies are called metamorphosis. When this happens in different ways, an insect grows from an egg to an adult. Friends, do you know any other animals that might do this? Any other insects that might do this? Sometimes when you think about these strange and wonderful things, moths hiding, ants talking, dragonflies changing, it's hard to believe that they could really be true. But you don't have to take my word for it. All you have to do is open your door and step outside. Be an insect detective.